Okay, so in this video, I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit and kind of show some of the console and hack kind of stuff that I've started to implement in Rainback. First of all, I wanted to show the persistence for this stack frame. Initially, I just had it to where the white frame was being persisted, but now I've actually implemented it so that if I move these, like so, and then reload, it will actually restore those to where they were. And I'll show you the code real quick and then kind of talk about what was going on with that. Okay. Sorry, just trying to get my bearings. Yeah, so the problem with these was that I can't, like for this one I'm able to persist this from session to session using a one-liner, just using frames.position. These other ones don't work as well because frames.position isn't aware of parents. So, and since these are all parented to this thing, it was causing some issues. So what I had to do is I had to basically re-implement what frames.position does. And it actually is not nearly as crazy as it sounds because what I'm able to do is just use serialize, just load all points and save all points, and that just creates a table of anchors that I can use and set here. The critical piece is really this persistent value. This is actually what is being run whenever the application loads and closes up. So, and I won't go over this code in too much detail because it's when I was first doing this, I thought it was going to be a pretty useful example, but the code kind of has too many little idiosyncrasies running around for it to be real educational. So the next thing I wanted to show you was the console. One thing I was able to do is basically implement the console here and just show how I can just basically do Lua straight from the application, which is kind of nice. One thing that annoys me is that I'm having to type return. If I just do 2 plus 3, it gives me an error because it doesn't have a return. So I'm going to real quick, I'll have this in the video just to show you kind of how development flows. Basically steal this, and then instead of Lua, make it be eval. Yeah. And of course, I probably should refactor this to not be so ugly, but life goes on, I guess. Okay, I made a typo. Probably right there, right? Okay, so eval 2 plus 3. Boom. So now, see, Lua actually runs actual code, so I have to type return. The reason why I wouldn't just always have return is because things like if I wanted to set debug trace to true, Lua would work, whereas eval wouldn't. So give me an error. Okay, so that's the console, and I thought that was pretty neat. Now for the bigger piece that I just kind of threw together was, let me see. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this is a little window that I'm able to type things in. So, and it's essentially a really dumb single-page hack. So I can type any kind of Lua code in there, and then see how it's able to execute. One interesting thing is that it's able to be persisted across sessions. So if I close this out, open it back up, you can see the text remains. So I can make a little demo real quick and just kind of show how things work. typed these so many times. I just have them memorized. All right, I think that'll. Oh, gotta set the size. Okay. So that should just stick a frame right there, which it did. One thing is that the frame's position itself won't be persisted across sessions. I could just as well do that, right? So frames dot position f demo frame. Okay. Now one thing you notice is that it did spawn another one. This is the demo frame, and if I had multiple demo frames, then things get a little bit hairy. So I'll close it out. You can see it's right down at the bottom right. So when I load this up again and run the script, it should spawn down there, which it did. Good. So this is, it's pretty neat. Obviously it's annoying that I can't. It spawns different parts of them. You can see that it's gonna basically just add hundreds of them instead of just having one. So for the last thing that I want to show you, I've have the hack script and I have it able to run, and what I want to have happen is be able to run the hack script over and over, and have it be able to basically work as fast as I'm able to type. And it turns out that the FreedomMod hack code already had not quite that, but the capability to do that. So I'll go ahead and close this out. I just uncommented this piece that'll actually implement this change. So you can see the run on change is going to actually run the frame, run the script whenever I type any new text in, assuming I click it. Now, the problem is that if it did run on change, it would be creating the frame over and over again, and it wouldn't be deleting it. So from FreedomMod's hack, it actually has what's called an undoer. So whenever this runs, it passes in this undoer as a global, and the global, it's kind of trippy, but the global is relative to this script. So undoer, even though it appears global to this script, is actually local to this script here. But anyway, so it'll run, and you'll be able to see it here. And then when I click run again, it should spawn the demo frame down there again. So you can see there's only one as opposed to what I was having before, where you'd have just hundreds of them if I didn't have its undoer. So now for the other part, the run on change. Now the run on change is basically doing the same, but whenever I actually type any new text in, you can see there, it just updates as soon as I type it. So, and it's even tolerant of errors. You can see it down at the bottom of the screen here. I'm getting lots of spam from typos and things like that because it's trying to actually evaluate this. But, and it's nice in that I'm able to do this, but it's not quite as nifty as I'd like it to be. But it's definitely a nice step in the right direction. So yeah, I just want to show you those few things as far as what's been going on with this script. So thanks for watching.